What's going on, fam? This your main man, KCFL, King Self for Life, Wrestling the Takes, here to give you my honest thoughts about last night, AEW Dynamite. I got to give Tony Khan props, ladies and gentlemen. 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Khan, we done told you, it's not that difficult, dog. It's not that difficult. 2 weeks in a row. Can you go for a 3-peat? Can you go for a freaking 3-peat? That's all we've been asking. Consistency, keeping cats interested. You're on your way to freaking All In. Keep the storylines going. That's what makes people care about your product. Now, before I go into, what I thought about AEW Dynamite, salute to Stephanie Vacure for heading to the E. Yes, Stephanie Vacure, the same girl who put on that banker with Mercedes at Forbidden Door. She is WWE bound. She is signed with NXT, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I cannot go into detail because I don't have all the facts or anything. All I know, she left for a very serious situation. And it has absolutely nothing to do with Tony Khan. Nothing. It has nothing to do. It's about something serious that's been going on with her and whoever her significant other is. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't really go into detail because I don't have all the information. Like I said, but from what I've seen online from the cats who absolutely know what's really going on, apparently it's a mess. That's all. And she left because she felt that if she heads over to the East, she would be more safer. That's all I can say. I can't really say too much on that. So, but like I said, I seen cats online talking about it. And I said, oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Like I said, because I was wondering, because I was assuming that she was heading to the AEW. I like everybody else, I thought she was heading there. But according to this situation, like I said, I'm assuming more information will probably come out as we further know what really went on. But as of right now, she is WWE bound. She is signed with NXT. Shawn Michaels has her. And let me tell you something. As of right now, the 2 top women's divisions in pro wrestling, in North American pro wrestling, NXT, AEW. There's no comparison. I don't care what nobody has to say. They're the top 2 right there. NXT, AEW. Boom. There you have it. So with her going over there, that's going to help them out drastically. So salute to her. Like I said, I pray that everything she's doing, that she's making a wise decision. This way she can protect herself. And that's great. So that's all I'm going to say on that situation. Dynamite. Live from Calgary. Now, let me tell y'all something. As hard in the paint as Tony Khan and company went, I gotta be 100% with you. Calgary kind of was like a 50-50 because they reacted on some of the things, but it was some stuff that was going on and they kind of was just sitting there. I thought I was watching a WWE show. I'm like, man, what's going on with these fans? So that was kind of like a letdown. However, TK and them heavily focused on building towards All In. Certain situations that took place on Dynamite last night let you know the continuation factor is going on. We started off, Mr. Ospreay comes out, he cuts a promo on MJF, and he talked about him beating the snot out of DG, and he, quote unquote, bidding war 2024 and all this crap or whatever, and he wants to fight him. He said he wanted to get his behind out here, so MJF popped up on the screen, and MJF said, oh, you think I'm finna come out there for you and for these fans? You out of your dang mind. Since you, quote unquote, want me to fight you, I guess I'll fight you behind. So it's episode 250 Dynamite. They make it a big extravaganza. I guess this is why we getting certain matches that's gonna happen on the show next week. But MJF, Will Ospreay will be going down for the International Championship. These are promo from MJF. These are promo from Will Ospreay. Kick things off to get people, what's going on. But before the show even started, they showcased what happened the previous week. TK is learning, ladies and gentlemen. I know people be always talking about this and all that, but Tony Khan is learning how to do episodic TV. He's learning. There's still things that he needs to work on, but he is learning, ladies and gentlemen. This is why people who want to hate on this company, I don't know why you're hating. The man is learning. He's learning that you got to show what happened from the previous week to let cats know oh, this is a to be continued thing. This ain't just cats just coming out here just to wrestle. This is a to be continued thing. I say this every day. Continuation is the number one thing to get people invested in pro wrestling television. Like I said, we talk about the larger than life characters. We talk about all this other stuff. But I'll be telling y'all, the to be continued factor is the number one thing. This is how you keep cats coming back. And they showcase what happened. And they showcase what happened on doggone Collision too, which is great. I like that. Because like I said, some people may not watch Collision all the time. I've actually watched Collision the last 2 weeks straight. That's the first for me. Normally I don't, like I said, but I've been watching it. And like I say, TK is learning. Okay, I got to keep people coming back. I got to keep people tuning in. That's what they did. So, got that out the way. Then we got the first matchup, which was for the finals to see who will be going against Swerve at All In. Ladies and gentlemen, they basically hyped up the fact that, quote unquote, Heyman was going to do whatever it took to get his revenge on Swerve. That's what the whole game was. The whole game was, I got to win this match because I'm so obsessed with this clown. This fool has destroyed me. He's caused me to do some things I don't want to do. He busted into my house. He tried to give a shirt to my baby. He did all this talked about all this mess. I gotta get my revenge. He did everything he could. Bryan Danielson, I sell my behind off. That's all Bryan know how to do. Selling. Getting beat up, getting towed up, found a way to get busted open. I'm telling you, just insane. And I forgot that Jeff Jarrett was the special enforcer just in case some foolishness tries to go down. And sure enough, he ended up getting involved because my man Paul, referee Paul, I noticed this about Paul. Paul finds a way to get laid out every time he's in the ring. He gets laid out. I noticed this Paul's thing that I got to find a way to get knocked out. He got knocked out, so there was no referee. So now, you got Heyman using his belt trying to beat the brakes off of Bryan, and he even choked him out and all this crazy stuff. And they thought, oh, it was it. And then this is when Jeff Jarrett got up in there and he started pushing Jeff Jarrett, but Jeff Jarrett ripped his shirt off. Now he was not only the special enforcer, he became the referee because Paul got laid out. So Bryan was quote unquote phasing, and he was trying to, anytime when you being cemented, you about to get choked out, you know how it is. You raise your arm, and if your hand drop, that's it. Well, his arm was about to drop, but he stopped himself. He stopped it. And then Jeff Jarrett was able to get the belt around his neck. He was able to get it off his neck. And somehow, some way, even after all these dead eyes and all these buckshot lariats and all this crazy stuff, Bryan Danielson found a way to roll that man up. Bryan Danielson, ladies and gentlemen, is going to All In. Bryan freaking Danielson is going to All In against the man Swerve. Now, ladies and gentlemen, anything could happen here. Anything. I don't know what's going to pop off. I don't know. But your man is excited. I got to see this. I don't know. Like I said, I'm at the point right now, ladies and gentlemen, where if Bryan goes over, I mean, we've been waiting to see Bryan, quote unquote, win something. And this is his second opportunity at the AEW World Championship. I believe it's second or third. This is his second or third opportunity at the AEW World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, they got an opportunity to do something crazy as heck if they want to. Right after that, Swerve comes out. He congratulates that man. He talks about, why he's, everybody gunning for him and all this stuff and why he's the best in the game. Everybody told me because it was a certain narrative that if this man beat me, talking about Will Ospreay, that I wouldn't know nothing. Well, guess what? He was the best. I beat him. Now I'm the best. Now here's the deal. I'm getting ready to go against one of the legends in the game, Bryan Danielson. This man, quote unquote, has a pen against me, and y'all already know I know how to hold grudges. And he went on talking about that situation, but also too, because he's been dealing with the elite and all this stuff, he said he's willing to join Team AEW and lead them, quote unquote, to victory in blood and guts. So there's multiple things going on at one time, but there's multiple stories that make the most sense. So Swerve being interjected into the blood and guts match makes the most sense. So as of right now, we got Mark Briscoe, Swerve versus Team Elite. Now, It's funny. I found this thing funny in a second, because this is later on. I'm gonna talk about it when I get there. But like I say, they let you know, they putting layers on, letting you know things go down. Like, ladies and gentlemen, as of right now, the tag team titles are, you know, locked up. they locked up because the Young Bucks got them. Speaking of them, this is when Platinum Max actually shines the best, when they get an opportunity to drop a rap video. They dropped another rap video on the Young Bucks, man, and let me tell y'all something, man. The beat was cold, the flow was great. I said this is when he shines the best, personally for me. Like the Acclaim, Daddy A doing all that crazy crap. They had two clowns in the video, dressed up looking like the Young Bucks. I mean, it was crazy, insane. What else we had go down on the show? We had Samoa Joe versus Chris Jericho in the street fight, and Jericho, as of late, with this learning tree stuff, has got cats to actually give a crap about it. He's literally got cats to give a care about it. And Samoa Joe got murdered. Samoa Joe got beat down so bad that they took that man to the back, put him on a forklift, and drove him through a doggone wall. Murdered that man. That man got jumped. He got beat down. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Samoa Joe has been written off TV because what's the name? The video game. Is it Twisted Metal? Twisted Metal, yeah. Twisted Metal is coming back to Peacock, so he's getting ready to start filming that. So that's why he was written off TV. Makes the most sense. Let's see. Mercedes was trying to quote unquote have another celebration. She tried. And she had her security guards out there talk about she the best in the world and ain't nobody on her level and she this and that. You know Mercedes old stuck up stuff. You know how she is, straight stuck up. And she talking. Britt came out there, fans went crazy, they went nuts, they went ape, and she was coming in there. She started beating the brakes off the security folk, and she went to chase her down, and Mercedes over there trying to run around to some doggone heels and crap. I said, girl, you gonna twist your ankle over here clowning and stuff. But like I said, there it is. You got your matchup, Mercedes and Britt. You know what's going down. Backstage, you see Renee, quote unquote, trying to get an interview with Hangman. And Hangman going over here knocking on cats' doors, and he ticked off, he mad and all this stuff. And so he bumps Renee. He bumps her. And so Renee was like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm trying to be respectful and everything. You over here trying to disrespect me. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not seeing the handwriting on the wall or what's about to pop off, because I missed it, I wasn't really paying attention last night. If you ain't seeing the handwriting that's about to pop off at all in, heaven help. He bumps Renee. Who is married to Renee, folks? That's right. Everybody's quote-unquote favorite wrestler, Jon Moxley. You know what's coming, ladies and gentlemen. You know what's coming. Moxley and Heyman are going to tangle it up at all in. The story writes itself. It's done deal. But he went back. Now remember, he told the Young Bucks, I can do this on my own. I don't need y'all. What did this fool do? He went back knocking on their door. Okada answered the door and said, can I help you? Oh, and I forgot to talk about, speaking of Okada, since it's Dynamite 250, again, I don't like it, but I understand why they're doing it. I don't like it. I do not like champions versus champion. We're getting Swerve versus Okada. Match is probably going to be a banger match, but, you know, it would make sense if Okada didn't have a championship, but he does, and I'm like, it is what it is. I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know, but, I mean, you know, it is what it is. So that's that, you know. So then we get... what else took place on the show before I get to the main event? Let's see. I feel like I'm missing something. No, I think it's time for the main event. So we get Willow Nightingale versus my girl, Mariah May. Winner goes on to quote-unquote Wembley to face Toni Storm. And ladies and gentlemen, Mariah May, Willow Nightingale went to freaking work. The ladies went to work. They went to work, ladies and gentlemen. They killed it. The girls, they did a phenomenal job. Because the story was Willow was trying to get back be a 2-time Owen Hart Cup winner. That's what she was trying to do. And you knew those two goofs that she dealing with was going to find a way to get out there. They came. First, it was Stokely coming out there with his hoodie all tight so you can't see his face. And she knew who it was. That's when she started grabbing him and started to try. So the referee being distracted, not paying attention to what's going on. And Chris comes out of nowhere and just give her a straight big old boot, pops. So that's when Mariah tries to take advantage of it, but it didn't work. So, I mean, there's all kind of stuff. So throughout the match, you see Tony, quote unquote, egging her on, telling her, you got this, tits up, you got it. All this stuff, right? And I mean, ladies, folks, it's crazy, you know, how all the things that just transpire and everything. So out of nowhere, Mariah May gets her, she gets it, she is heading to Wimbledon. So they get in the ring, they celebrating, they hugging, everything is good. Willow, she, you know, mutual respect, and she goes on, but obviously, you know, she ticked off. You know she mad. And so, as they head, they skip into the back. Tony turns her back, ain't even really paying attention, and Mariah May jacks her with that doggone shoe, that heel that's been the story throughout the entire doggone cinema of whatever they've been trying to tell. And it's based off the movie. I forgot the name of the movie, but it's based off of that movie. And that last scene that you saw, Mariah May murdered live on TV, murdered Toni Storm. Mariah May has showed her true intentions, ladies and gentlemen. Backstabber, true backstabber. And Tony made it even more better with the whole sobbing and growling and crying, and it just, you felt for it. You really did. It just brought so, I'm like, dog, TK is learning, ladies and gentlemen. He's learning. He's learning to keep cats invested, and that's exactly what you do. The women's division with Mercedes and Jennifer P coming in has elevated their division so much. I'm excited where it's going. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, if the ladies keep this up and they eventually add AEW women's, because you know it's coming, they're going to add them. They have the potential of, quote unquote, having an all women's pay-per-view. But again, the stories got to make the most sense. I keep saying it all the time. You can have all the great pro wrestling all you want, but the story itself is what carries pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. That is what does it. And that last visual that you saw with Mariah May beating the brakes off of Tony, got her looking like a hot mess. Just, I mean, the road to freaking All In, and we got only just 2 matches so far. The road to freaking All In finna be insane, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you, we ain't even, like, they ain't even really scratched the surface right now. They just, like, getting started. That's the crazy part. They literally just getting started. So right now, the road to All In looks very promising. So I'm like this, TK, 2 back-to-back great weeks of Dynamite Television. Can you go for the 3-peat? Because it's not that difficult. It's genuinely not that difficult to put on episodic television concerning pro wrestling booking. It's not. If you know how to keep cats invested, if you know how to keep cats interested, that's the name of the game. I've been saying this since day one. Larger than life characters and episodic continuation storylines. That's what matters most. It's not that difficult, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. I'm trying to think, is anything else I need to speak on? No, not really. That's basically that's my thoughts on Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. I thought the show was an excellent show. Like I said, you know, I'm not really a fan of the champion versus champion mindset that pro wrestlers have today, but because they get ready to beef, and, you know, I'm like, it is what it is. Just do it, get out the way, and we can move on. But that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what to do. Hit the freaking comment section up. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. I'll talk to y'all cats later. I'll let you boy.